Hello bleepers, how the devil are you? And today I have the pleasure to try out the new Nokta Makro ANFIBIO. Please be aware that this video is not endorsed or sponsored by anybody anywhere. I just basically emailed the guys at Nokta and Makro and said, hey guys, can I use one of your new ANFIBIO machines? And they said, bleeps, we love your videos. We think they're amazing. Of course, they didn't say that, but they said I could use one. So this video is just a first look. And the idea is I'm going to do more videos in the future, and they're going to be in a playlist which should be up there or down there. And then I'll put all of the ANFIBIO videos into that playlist. And I'm going to be as thorough as possible. I'm going to do one video in deep mode. I'm going to do one video in 3-tone. I'm going to do one video on the beach. I'm going to try and do a video in the river. I'm looking into that right now. Here's a really important point, but I feel it's important. To do a review of a machine on video form in YouTube is pretty much impossible. You could have a first look, which is what we're going to do in this video now. We're going to have a good look at it and look at the tones and stuff. We'll get onto that in a minute. But you can't really do a review because you need to spend time with a metal detector. You need to spend many, many hours out on the field with a metal detector. And only then can you come to your conclusion. You get a few people that review a machine and they go out on the field and go like, yeah, it's brilliant, or oh no, it's awful, and you've got to give it time. So just to start this video off, I'm just going to go into some initial pros and cons. Pro number 1, it vibrates when it's underwater. That's brilliant. Pro number 2, the ANFIBIO comes with the 11-inch double D coil. Pro number 3, you've probably never ever heard this said about any metal detector ever, but this is sexy. I mean, look at it. The design of it is amazing. This hand grip is fantastic. It feels rugged. It feels great in your hand. Choo choo! I don't care. I went ahead and said it. This metal detector is sexy. There's a ton of options concerning tones. We'll go into that in a second. The headphones are wonderful, really, really good quality, soft on the ears. They're wireless, they're obviously durable as well. It is really, really simple to set up. It's done in a couple of minutes. It's completely waterproof, up to 5 meters, I believe. There's some initial pros, so let's look into some initial cons. Number 1 is that to charge this, I've never had a machine that I've actually physically take into my house with a super muddy coil and a super angry wife. I've never had one that I've had to charge in the house. Normally my batteries are pod batteries from whatever machine, and they stay away from the house. I don't like the idea of taking it in when it's going to be a mess. You know how messy you get when you're muddy. It'd be cool if this was detachable in some way. You could just take this off, the unit off, take that in the house and just charge that. Bit of a con there. The LCD screen is a pro as well as a con. I say that I'm going to stick it in the con section because some people just don't get on with them. Some people just want to switch on, beep, go, don't have to deal with LCD screens. Some people love them. So I'm just sticking it in there because, to be honest with you, I can't find many cons. Slightly heavy, not stupidly heavy, heavier than the GMP, heavier than the 6MX with a 2D coil, slightly, not massively though. When I was setting it up, it bit me. This plastic bit here, when it goes back, if you have your thumb like that and you pull this plastic bit back, you get your thumb trapped in this hole and it really blooming hurts. Right, so the left hand column we have modes. The column next to that we have settings. The column on the far right there is options. Okay, and these are controlled by these buttons here. So settings, mode, options there. We basically can just flip through using our thumb here. So straight away we're on the right left hand side there, we're in mode. Okay, so that's Gen A mode. That's a completely non-motion mode. Then we have 2-tone, so obviously set to 2 tones. 3-tone, which is what I'll be using initially because it's what I know basically. It's the most simplest for me. Then we have 4-tone, 5-tone, 99-tone. You can set that up to go up in increments. Obviously the beach mode there. We have the deep mode, which is deep, but you're going to lose, you can already tell. You're going to have to bring back the sensitivity a little bit because it's already chattery. Can you hear that? So if we go straight back to beach mode, there's nothing there, but just even a quick look onto deep mode and we're getting that chatter straight away. Cache mode is another non-motion mode. I will go into these in depth in these videos I'm going to be doing. So I will be doing a beach one, a deep one, but mostly I'm going to be using 3-tone. So your gain is your sensitivity, and I'm going to go up to 92 for that. Disc is obviously your discrimination. Notch is obviously your notch, so you're going to be notching out targets that you want to notch out. And then we've got notch volume there, and then we have tone. So we've got the volume for the tones, I believe. Oh no, this is volume, tone, volume here. So this is tone sound basically, yeah. And then so you can put the iron right back, and you can have your mids like higher, and you know, you can really mess around. This is what I like about this. There's so many things you can do. So I've just gone to 4-tone by accident. This is what I like about this machine. There's so many options. You can just really, you know, kind of program it to suit your needs. Tone break there as well. Threshold is, threshold's gone straight past that. And ISAT, which is basically discrimination upon discrimination. It's definitely worth looking through the instruction book if you get the machine. Okay, so moving over to options now. We have the frequency. So you've got your choice between 5, 14 and 20. I'll be using 14 because it's super quick. And then we've got the volume there, of course. And then we've got the brightness right there. That's the brightness of your screen. This C123, I think this is, yes, it's how long you want it to be bright on your screen basically. Vibrate, so every time you get a signal it will vibrate, and you can set that to whatever you want it to be. I'm not going to set it to anything because it can get quite frustrating, but it'll be very useful underwater. ID depth, tracking, frequency shift if you've got other machines around you. This is your save, okay, so I'm going to save this out now. So if I go to left, it's going to go to factory default. If I go to right, it's going to save, so I'm just going to hit select, and that's going to save that right now. Okay, fantastic. Right, let's go back to options, and the last one is wireless there, and do you know what, I just literally turned my wireless headphones on and they worked, so that must be for other model types, I guess. Beneath wireless we have ground balance, so we hold this button here and then we pump the coil and that will ground balance your machine. Haven't done it here yet. Here is battery, here is depth, and here is how mineralized your ground is. So there you go, there's a quick look at the screen and the functionality on the screen. As I said, I'll be doing video so you can actually see how it works on the field, which is the most important test. You're going to ask me about depth, aren't you? Of course you are. It's a metal detector. I don't like doing depth tests. The reason I don't like doing depth tests is air tests are completely redundant. The mineralization, everything, all of the stuff that's going on in the soil and your settings makes a big difference. I don't really like doing bed tests either, unless it's a mature bed, because again, the soil needs to squish the item down. The item could be on its side, or there's so many factors which make depth tests kind of pointless for me. But you're going to want a rough idea, aren't you? Just for a rough idea's sake, stick her in deep mode, get a few items, see how she does. And as you can see in front of you is my fantastically scientific setup. It's straight in deep mode. I haven't even ground balanced, so just be aware of that as well. You're going to get even more additional depth when you ground balance. Let's have a quick look. First item is a gold ring. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 16 inches. My ruler is completely pointless, isn't it? A small crotal bell. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's about the same, isn't it? 16 inches. A gold Queen Anne coin. Oh, I love that tone. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14? I'd say 14, 13, between 13 and 14 I'd say on that one. Put you right about there. It's scratchy, but again, as I said, if you ground balance it on top, wow. A gold stator. These are very small, don't forget. Interesting. Between 9 and 10 inches. Okay, 9 and 10 inches on the gold stator. It's teeny though, you know what stators look like. Well, those of you that do. An Ethelred II hammered coin. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I'd say about 15, scratchy. 14, 15, I'd say. Not bad at all. And finally, your bog standard sixpence. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Between 12 and 13? Yeah, between 12 and 13 on that one. Okay, so we're at stator around about 9, was that 9? Yeah, okay, 10 inches. Stator, sorry, the sixpence between 12 and 13. The Queen Anne, 14. Hammered, 15. The gold ring and the crotal bell, 16, 17.
Come on, bleeps, this is just a repackaged multi-cruiser, isn't it?
I could see why you would think that, but no, look, so for example, Gen mode is completely non-motion, Cache mode is completely non-motion. We have this rather lovely new armrest which is completely movable, like that's like I'm blowing a trumpet. It has generally faster software, backlit keypad, which is great over here because in the winter it gets dark by 4 PM. It has a 2D 11-inch coil which also comes with it. It has notch volume, and I know that a lot of people are going to really benefit from that. It also has 99-tone mode and 5-tone mode, as well as some other bits and bobs. But if you already have the multi-cruiser, is there any point of moving to the Anfibio? No, unless you really love the brand. So there you go, just a very quick look at the new Nokta Makro ANFIBIO, as I said on a few occasions now. The real reviews are when I get out and test it on the field within this playlist on this channel. But so far, initial opinion is really good for me. I just love the design, I love everything about it. I love the options, I love there's so many options to get in here. Maybe a few too many options for some people, but you can simplify things if you need to. Love the options, love the shush you fool! It's my phone, sorry, it's somebody texting me. And I love the fact that it goes under water. So thank you for watching, my friends, and I shall see you in the next video.